Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'll be teaching us how to achieve this wide leg palazzo trouser with elastic band and rope. If you're interested in this kind of video, please hit on the like and subscribe button so that you can get notified whenever I drop videos like this. So for the purpose of this video, I'll be making use of 2 yards of this vintage material. So I'm going to go ahead to place this material on a fold. Then to determine the width, the wideness of the material we're going to use, I'm going to make use of my highest body measurement, which is my hip divided by 4 plus 8 inches. In my own case, I made use of 18 inches. So just do that calculation and you're going to get it right. So after doing that, I'm going to take my vertical measurement, which is from my starting point, my waist, down to my hip measurement. If you're on the bigger size, from 40, if your hip is from 40 inches and above, we're going to make use of 9 inches. But if it's below that, please make use of 8 inches for your waist to hip measurement. Then for the crunch measurement, we're going to take our hip measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch for ease, because we don't want it to be tight up there. So I'm just going to take my hip measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch, which is 12 in my own case. So I've gone ahead to mark it out, and after that I'm going to take my full length measurement for what I want for this particular trousers. So after that, to get my crunch depth, I'm going to take my hip measurement divided by 4, which in my case is 11 inches. I'm going to mark it out, and I'm going to take 4 extra inches allowance like that. So whatever I have at that point, I'm going to measure it out and take it at my hip line and mark it out like that. I'm also going to go ahead to do the same thing at my waist point too, and then I'm going to mark it out and connect a straight line just like that. So after that, to get my crunch extension, I'm going to take my hip measurement divided by 4, which is going to be 11 inches, divided by 4 again, which is going to be about 2.75 inches. So I'm going to take what I have there at that point, then come out by 1 inch, just the right place to my tape on the material, and I'm going to make a slant like that so that I can connect a slope like this. If you can't use a freehand, please make use of a curved rule so that it can be easier for you. So next up, I'm going to measure out what I have at the crunch to the crunch line like that, which is 15 about inches. I'm going to take what I have there at my full length and I'm going to mark it out, after which I'm going to connect that line from that point there to where the crunch extension is. I actually don't want my palazzo to be too full at the lower edge, so that is why I'm just going to connect it like that. If you want yours to be very full, you can just leave it and then you are going to cut it out. So on another piece of fabric, which is on a fold, I'm going to place the front fabric on it like that. While placing it, please ensure that at the side where you have your crunch extension, you have an extra 3 inches allowance there, and at the top side you have an extra 2 to 3 extra inches allowance at the top. Then I'm going to take my back crunch extension, which is 2.5 inches like that. I'm going to mark it out and I'm going to come up at the top side like that by 2 inches. This is because by the time you wear it, it's going to come, if you don't bring up this allowance, it's going to come down at the butt side. If you are the smaller size, please make use of 1.5 inches, but if you know that you have a very big butt, please make use of 2.5 inches. That being said, I went ahead to use my ruler to connect it from my waistline down to that point. Just look at what I'm doing and you'll understand it. Then at that point where I took 2.5 inches, I'm going to go ahead and take that same 2.5 inches at the other side. Just look at what I'm doing. So I'm going to go ahead to cut the pocket. I will take 8 inches like that. Then I'm going to mark it out. Then I'm going to place my hand inside it like that, just so that I can see the size of what I want. Then I'm going to mark it out like so. This is just a free hand measurement, so just use whatever is convenient for you. So I've gone ahead to cut out 4 pieces of this, 2 for one side and 2 for the other pocket. Then I'm going to get my main trouser fabric. I'm going to take the back piece together like that. I'm going to pin it. Then I'm going to stitch the crunch side like that with about 1 inch, and I'm going to do the same for the front. This is what I have after joining the crunch sides together. I also went ahead to finish it up with a weaving machine. I went to weave it out neatly like that so it doesn't bring out threads. So after doing that, I'm going to open it up like that, and I'm going to take my measuring tape and come down by 2 inches just like that to fix the pocket. So I'm going to place one side of the pocket, right side facing the right side. Please take note of that, like that, right side facing the right side. Then I'm going to pin it down and stitch with 1/2 inch. Same thing I'm doing here, I'm going to do it at the other side, just the same thing I did at this side. I'm going to do it at the other side of the back trouser, and I'm going to do it at both sides of the front trousers. So I've gone ahead to stitch it down. So this is what I have. Do you see how neat it is looking at the front and at the back? I also went ahead to weave it out so that it can have a neat finishing. So I'm going to place it down like that. I'm going to place the back piece on it like that, front side facing the front side. I'm going to pin it down carefully and then sew it round like that. So I've gone ahead to join the sides, and this is what it looks like. I went ahead to weave it out so that it can have a neat finishing. So do you see how it looks? I joined the side just the way I instructed, and I didn't join that side, just this side like this. And do you see the hole inside? That is where how the pocket is going to be. Look at the way it's looking from the inside and from the outside. So next up, I'm going to measure out my band. I'm going to take what I have, my round measurements, so that I can be able to fix the band. In my own case, I had about 63 inches for the round measurement. So I'm going to get another piece of fabric, and I'm going to cut out my band with it. I'm going to take that 63 inches. This one is not enough, so I'm going to cut this into 2. Like, I'm going to get 2 pieces of this fabric so I'm going to take I need a 2 inches band, so I'm going to take 4 inches like that. Then I'm going to go ahead to join the ends like that, after which I'm going to iron it out like so. Right now, I've gone ahead to join the sides just like that, and I'm going to get the midpoint at the 4 corners like that. I'm going to iron it out, and I'm going to notch it. This is a very important stage, so please do not skip it. Like I said, I'm going to do the same for the midpoint to get the 4 corners actually. After that, I'm going to get my elastic band. I'm going to measure out my waist measurement. Then I'm going to minus about 4 inches for me for fitting. So I'm going to cut it out like that, and I'm going to join the 2 ends. After doing that, I got the midpoint of the elastic and placed it at the midpoint of the main fabric like that, and pinned it down. Then after that, I got the other point of the elastic and placed it at the other midpoint of the main fabric. Just watch what I'm doing and you're going to get it. So we're going to place it at the 4 corners just like that, and we're going to sew. Please take note that when sewing this, we are not going to stitch on the elastic, so please be very careful and always check to confirm that you did not stitch on the elastic. So just watch what I'm doing and you're going to get it. Just so with 1/2 inch, push your elastic inside very well, then stitch. To confirm that you didn't actually stitch on the elastic, when you sew a little, just drag the elastic to see if it's going to pull out, to see if it's going to stretch to gather the fabric. So if it doesn't, just know that you've already stitched on the elastic. So what you're going to do is to loosen that part that you stitched and you're going to just amend it. Please do this every step of the way so that you don't make a mistake and forget about it, and then it will be difficult to amend at the end. So this is what the first layer looks like. So for the second layer, we're going to be adding a rope at that end. So I'm going to get the midpoint, which preferably is that point where I joined the two material together. I'm going to mark out 1 inch there, use a chalk to mark it out, and I'm going to puncture a hole in there with a hot needle or a hot screwdriver, just like that. Just make the hole very little. Just see what I did. If you notice, I didn't put it at the back too. The hole is just in one side. So I'm going to place my eyelet and I'm going to fix it in. After fixing the eyelet, I'm going to pass my rope through the eyelet. Just look at what I'm doing and you are going to understand it. So I'm going to pass one end through it like that at one point, and then the other end I'm going to pass it through the other side like that. After doing that, I'm going to just arrange it out a little. Then the same thing I did at the top side, I'm going to do it for this second layer too. I will ensure that I don't sew on the rope, so carefully I'm just going to push it in and then I'm going to sew. So do you see the way I'm doing this? Please take your time to actually do this carefully. I must admit, at some point I actually stitched on the rope, so that is why it is important that we should actually draw it after we finish sewing it a little. We'll draw it to ensure that we didn't stitch on it. If I didn't carry out this method, I would have thought that I actually did the right thing, finish sewing, and we find out that my rope is not even dragging. So please don't miss any step, just do it carefully. Then for the third layer, the same thing I did again. I'm going to carefully do this. I'm going to push it out, but this time I'm doing it with my elastic. So it is the same measurement of elastic we use at the top side that we're going to use for the third layer. Please just carefully do this because it is really tricky, but the result is usually so nice and professional. So now that I'm done, I'm going to get my main fabric and place it on it, and I'm going to get the front side and face the front side. Just look at what I'm doing carefully, and then that midpoint, I'm going to pin it down. That is the point that I'm going to start stitching. I'll ensure that the two joinings are aligning, and I'm going to start stitching from there. But before that, I would have pinned down the other side too. So I'm going to get those points where I notched, and I'm going to put them at the 4 corners of my trousers. I don't know if you understand, but just watch what I'm doing, you're going to get it. So after pinning down the 4 corners, I'm going to go ahead to stitch it down like that. Please ensure that you actually place the side carrying the eyelet and the rope at the front. Let it face the front side of the fabric while sewing, and please ensure that you drag the elastic very well so that it will be enough for the width of the waist, for the round waist. I don't know if you understand. If you don't drag it well, at the end you're going to be having excess. So that is the excess of actually pinning down the 4 corners so that you can be able to get everything equally. So this is what it looks like after stitching it down. I went ahead to weave the edge at like that. So this is what the rope looks like, how neat it is looking. So after doing this, I'm going to go ahead to pin the bottom part like that crunch area. I'm going to pin it down like that. Then I'm going to fold the lower end like that. So this brings us to the end of the tutorial. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit on the like and subscribe button so that you can get notified whenever I drop videos like this.